Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about one-time pad encryption. Currently we have written this in C programming. Okay, so let's begin with the concept. What is one-time pad encryption? So encryption is a method where you have a plain text like you have plain text something called gibberish. Okay, you can say, let's say, hello, I am someone watching watching. Hello, I'm someone watching, and this is plain text. Okay, so we are going to convert this plain text by encoding it with one-time pad encryption, and it would maybe kind of look something like this, or may contain some gibberish words, numbers. I don't know. And this gibberish words or number is known as cipherText, and we are converting the plain text into cipherText, and this is the process called encryption. And for our today's video, we are going to be using today's video we are going to be using one-time pad encryption. Okay, so how are we going to encrypt the plain text into ciphertext? So let's begin. Let's remove the file apple that I've created earlier. Now you can see there are total two programs, that is decrypt.c and encrypt.c. As the name suggests, they are used. One is used to encrypt the program and another is used to decrypt the code. Okay, so we have got total 3 components in this. Okay, so let's see the code. And we'll encrypt encr. Okay, encrypt.c. So these are some includes that we have, and there is a function called encrypt. It is the main function which would encrypt file. So let's start from the main function. So you can see the main function needs 2 arguments. The first argument is always the executable that you run while executing the function, and for the second argument it is the name of file. And yes, no more than 2 arguments can be taken, as we know, because it will more than 2 arguments mean more than 2 files, and we cannot encrypt more than 2 files at the same time. So we have to give this process one by one. So let's move on. Okay, so we are taking the file name from the argument vector. If you are not familiar with it, it just stores the value. It just stores a value that we have passed in argument. This is what it is. An argument character is the number of arguments that you have received while executing the program. So for this, you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here we are opening 3 files. One in secret file. Secret file is the file that we want to encrypt. This is the file that contains plain text. Okay, so we are opening this file in read mode because we want to read eight individual bits. And in the next segment I will tell you how it works, how the encryption works, and how everything happens. So let's see. And these 2 files, okay, these 2 files are on write mode, and yes, we are going to open this file in write mode. Okay, so how it works. So let's go by watching the encrypt function. Okay, encrypt function contains secret file, the secret file pointer. It is the file that we have just opened in the read mode. This is the file that contains the plain text. Okay, so an encrypted file, it is the file that we will get after we encrypt the code, and this is the key file. Okay, so we are going to encrypt it with a key. So how one-time pad encryption works is that for each individual character taken from the secret file, let's suppose new. Okay, suppose I have a ball. So this is our plain text. Okay, so what one-time pad encryption does is it reads it generates a not it reads it reads the text. Okay, it reads the file. So this is the secret file that we have got. It reads the file, then it generates a key. Key is a random character, random character. Program takes a single CHARACTR. So how it works is that, so this is the text written in the secret file. Okay, so what it is our loop will take only single key from the not single key, single character, and according to which it generates a random character. And what we do is we XOR them. We do the XOR operation between them. That is, we do the XOR operation between the each character. So suppose the for first letter we have I, we XOR that way a random generated character. Okay, so let's go to the program. Yeah. Okay, I know I am very new to Vim and I am figuring things out. Okay, so what am I doing now? What even I am doing? crypt.c. Okay, so yes, I was there. As I said earlier, we are getting each character. You can see we are getting each character from the secret file, and loop runs until the secret file ends. Okay, so for each character we generate random key, and as I said earlier, we perform XOR operation with the each character in secret file and key, and the keys put in the right key file, and encrypted underscore C is in the encrypted file. It is the encrypted output that we get, and after the file gets end, then we go here, we close the file and perform the exit success. Okay, so let's see in action. Okay, I don't think I've got something in new, so let's try to encrypt the license that we have. Okay, nvim license. Okay, so you can see it has this text. Okay, so when we do /, I've already compiled it. So /encrypt and the file that I want to encrypt is license. So it should have now got encrypted, that is script.out file and key file. Okay, so let's see. Yes, there is our key file and there is our crypt file. Now moving on, let's see the content of the crypt. Look, this is absolute gibberish. We are not able to look at this thing and assume what might the license code have. What are these codes? We are totally unaware about how to decode it. And let's see what are keys. Okay, look, keys are also gibberish. These are the random generated character. So now let's see the decrypt function. Oh yes, our includes, this is a decrypt function. Okay, so let's start with the main. It should have three arguments. The three arguments that are crypt file, that are crypt.out file, key file, and what? Yes, I think that are the two. Yes, key file. Oh yes, it takes two files. Sorry for. Oh no, it takes three. Yes. Sorry, I fumbled so hard there. Okay, so what this main function is doing, that it is taking three arguments. That is, as I said earlier, argument 0. First argument is always the executable that you are running. Second argument would be any file, that is script.out file or key file, and third argument would be key file, or in that order maybe. So we are checking that in this block, and if that satisfies, so we open the respective file in read and write mode, and so decrypt.out is in write mode, as we have to write the decrypted code. So let's see what decrypt has to tell. As earlier, it is taking each character. It is taking each character until the end of the file for encrypted file, and yes, we are also taking each character from the key file, and this continues until the key file is and this continues until we reach end of the file in encrypted file. So this is a simple what do you call so simple mechanism on how this one-time pad decryption in one-time pad works. So this is the basic thing that you have to remember, that is XOR operation between any, this XOR operation gives X. Okay, that understand that. We know encrypt.c means original character and key. And how are we going to generate the original character? We can generate original character by encrypting key and key. You can see encrypt.c, we put the value in it, encrypt.c original character key, and here is the key. Okay, so which gives us original character. I think that makes sense. So let's test our function, so which is decrypt. Decrypt, and we have to provide crypt.out and key.out. Okay, so let me tell. I will tell you next. Okay, we got decrypt.out. It should contain the file that we have in license. Okay, and what am I doing? Decrypt.out. Okay, so look at this. VSPLIT. Okay. Let's open license in this. Look, this is the license that we have, and this is the decrypt.out file that we have. Okay, so you can see it is similar. So that's how we generate that's how we encrypt and decrypt the text in plainText to cipherText. That's how we perform the encryption and decryption operation using one-time pad encryption. And a small note, you might be confused. Decrypt.c, you might be confused in this order. You might tell, what if I add key in this and decrypted key file in this and encrypted file in this argument as this argument? Okay, it doesn't matter because we are just going to perform this, and which would eventually give us this original character as key and key XOR. Yes, it is it. The position doesn't matter. And thank you. That's